Jordan says, I'm 37-year-old male, 5'11", and have an eating disorder, a binge eating disorder, which is interesting. Currently, I'm receiving treatment for it, both a dietitian and therapy. Prior to getting treated, I ate a large calorie deficit for the exercise energy I expended daily, kettlebell training only, and my weight was as low as 167, which I loved looks wise. I have attached the picture to my email. But I was in and out of the hospital due to my binge eating, distended stomach, extreme heart palpitations, etc. Yeah, that's something I don't have any experience with, but I'm willing to help any way I can. Part of the treatment at the moment is to consume a lot of calories daily, mostly healthy and clean whole food, and to have one actual junk snack daily so I won't binge. It's working in that sense, but now I've gained over 30 pounds and my body does not even look toned at all, even though I'm working out. In your experience as a trainer and personally as a man, do you believe abs and body image are important? Or do you think it's just how our society conditioned us to be? Well, that's the $1,000,000,000 question. I'm sure the first person who ever started etching on a cave wall was probably thinking about certain curves or lack of curves or whatever. It is something. Every so often online, Jordan, I'll read those kind of cool things about how body image has changed over time and how being absolutely pale and fat were considered the height of celebrity not very long ago, because any kind of tan means you worked outside, and that's not what a lady would do. Uh, um, yeah, I think it is. I'll say this, and let me first explain something Art Devaney said. And I don't know if Art Devaney is still with us or not. It's kind of hard to follow him because he appears and disappears online, but he said something in a podcast, the last one I heard him do, was he said that vanity is a pretty good thing after age 70 to work on. Because vanity, training to look good, would make you move good, well, and do certain things like keep an eye on your diet, keep an eye on your sleep, keep an eye on your exercise, and just do the basics of what keeps you, kind of going. I've never, I've certainly have had abs in my life. When I was young, and everyone just told me to get as big as I possibly could, and I just regret that now, Jordan. Frankly, my best throwing was from 218 to 231. Oddly, the weight I am now, except there were some differences between what I look like in college and what I look like now. But they told me at this one place I needed to get up to 260, 270, and I did, and I felt and looked horrible. I could lift a lot of weight, but I felt terrible all the time. Getting back to your question, I do like the fact that they have you eating a clean diet. I wish you could have been a little more specific on that, because because when I read something like mostly healthy and clean whole food, what that might mean to you and your dietitian, and what that might mean to my ears, or maybe somebody in North Africa, or I don't know, Ireland, or even Norway, Sweden, Germany. Clean food has a different definition. One of the things I do love about the EU, and I'm shocked anyone would ever want to leave it, is that they have that very specific list of ingredients that they have in food. This is the ultimate of clean foods. As I understand it, if you irrigate grapes, you can't consider it an EU wine. It has to only be from the water that nature provides. Beer is only allowed to have 4 ingredients, as I understand it, to be an EU beer. And if they're that picky about beer and wine and other things, it's a good thing for everyone. Um, is it how society conditioned us? Well, I know this. I think of most of what you hear about body image comes from a lot of really weird people. That one idiotic model who looked at a victim of the Holocaust and said and commented on how good the person looked. It's so cringeworthy. And then that group of sisters down in Southern California whose dad hid evidence in a very famous murder case. They're all multi-billionaires, and they have all those photoshopped images, because we know they're photoshopped because the doors in the back move. They've gotten better about that, but why are they defining how my daughter should look? You know, but it hits them, and then you just all you got to do is go through some magazines from the 1980s, 1970s, and even more interesting in the 1960s, and look how looks have evolved in this country radically quickly, and in the United States. And I know that the United States influences many other cultures too. With men, you know, I know that the six pack look became very popular. But it's interesting, and this isn't not meant to be strange, but I find very few women find that. I mean, that's a look like, oh yeah, but it's not like a look like, yeah, I want to be around it 24/7. So yeah, it's a thing. Uh, I'm I am amazed how body fat percentages keep going up and up and up, and we keep blaming things that we're not allowed to look at the fact that here in the United States, for example, that we're allowed, we subsidize corn, soy, wheat, dairy, and one other thing so much that it's in every single food you buy, every prepared food. It is something as simple as macaroni and cheese probably has more fat calories than, I mean, to match whatever is in a mac and cheese serving, an actual serving, not that happened last night with cheesecake. The thing on the box was interesting because a serving of cheesecake was just a reasonable amount of calories, and then you look at what a serving size was, and you went, oh, okay, so that a sliver of cheesecake is this much, a serving is a lot more. Yeah, Jordan, I don't know if I can help you specifically. I do think it's good that you're kettlebell training. Um, with this binge day, and if it's good for you, good for you. But I'd like to see some parameters put around even the binge day. I don't know what else to do to help you. Um, Body image has a value. There is a value to it. If you look in the mirror and you feel good about the decision process you made, it's going to help your mind, your brain, lock down on those constant decisions that you're going to make. There was a very famous Russian gymnast, Soviet gymnast, years ago. When she retired, she famously said in her retirement, "Now I can finally eat." And I read somewhere a year later, and it was obvious. I mean, she just gorged herself after her career, which is not a healthy thing. So to me, I think we need to have a healthy relationship with the things we own, a healthy relationship with money, a healthy relationship with where you are in your age and your body. But it seems to me that I mean, I hate to blame the media. I always hate it when people blame the media, but the booming voice I get off of the television and the internet is there's a way to look. And the hard thing is I don't know anybody who can look that way. You have to be in your late 20s, early 30s with millions of dollars and six-pack abs, and it's really kind of hard to do for a lot of us. Jordan, I don't know if I helped or hurt, but I would like you to, if you wouldn't mind, would you mind emailing me your what you call I like this, mostly healthy and clean whole food. The mostly is something I'd like to know more about because mostly healthy is an interesting phrase, and what clean whole food is, and I'll see if we can help you more from there. Thank you.